And I mean, I don't like this. I would like to be able to just do one, you know, have one video, one continuous video, but this is what's happening right now. I mean, why does anything need its battery changed? All right. I'm really sorry to everybody who was watching on YouTube and, um, you know, had to put up with the stream being interrupted because of a battery change. I, you know, I'm not sure how to fix it. I'll see what I can manage and do. I'd like to complete this row and one more, but according to this, it looks like I'm off by one. So I don't know. I'm feeling a little frustrated right now. And so maybe it might be best if I stop. I'm also hungry. So I don't know if you all can hear my stomach growling, but this looks like I'm off by one. I don't know what's happening here. This is a really big project to be working on lives. Yep, I use the Furls Odyssey hooks. Unfortunately, they've been discontinued, which is really sad. I did order a whole bunch in their very last restock a few weeks ago. And I have already misplaced several of my new hooks. I opened them all up on live last week, and I, you know, I use a lot of J hooks, and now they're I can only find two of them tonight, and I ordered just four brand new, in addition to any that I already have laying around the house. It's totally ridiculous is what it is that I've got these hooks missing. I know that's a K. That's a K. That's an L. Yeah, I put J, K, and L, or K and up over here. And that one says J, but I do not think that's a J. It's too big. And that's a J. Yeah, this one's not a J. Not a J. One day I was working on something and I was like, this doesn't seem right. This is too big. and I peeled the sticker off of the bottom of a Furls, and it had another sticker underneath it with a different letter on it. I was like, what in the holy heck is this? Yeah, I have a bunch of hooks hiding somewhere around here. Oh, good gravy. Yeah, what I end up doing is I put them with the project in the basket with the project, and then because I'm like, oh, I don't want to forget which hook I was using for this. And so I stick a hook in there with it, and then you know, and then I'll be like, I need a hook. I can't find any of my J hooks, and I'll go and I'll grab the hook out of the project, and I'm like, oh, I know I put a J in that project. And then yeah, that's what I do. Oh, you couldn't get any? Well, I like set an alarm. I got everything ready online before I uh you know, before it started, and I was sitting there about 10 minutes before it was supposed to go live, and I was refreshing the page. I was just sitting here doing whatever and refreshing the page. And do you know that it started early? It came up maybe like 6 minutes before the hour. And so I just hurried up and bought. I knew I wanted H, I, and J are my most used sizes. So I was like, I'm going to get 4 of each, and I don't care what color. So I just like real quick grabbed like, you know, put like 12 hooks in my cart for colors that I liked, and went to checkout. And I was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna get these hooks. And I got them, but I had I had some kind of credit on my account, but it wouldn't let me add it. And then so I went into the other room and I got onto my laptop, and I got an email that said, thank you for your purchase. Here's a credit for you. And I was like, well, I couldn't use the last credit. Now you have this much in credits. And I was like, well, I couldn't use the last credit you gave me. And so I just followed the link in the email through to the page, and then the credit came up. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get a couple more and spend this credit that they gave me. So I ended up getting like 3 more. And I also used a coupon. So I got, you know, I got the coupon, and then I got the credit. So I ended up buying like 3 more hooks, and I got a pretty good deal on those. And it at that point, when I went back for the second round, then it was like, this one's no longer available. You know, these ones are sold out. You know, I was like putting them in my basket, and they were becoming unavailable by the time I got to checkout. So I ended up just getting like, you know, I didn't really care what color. So I ended up just kind of going for the colors that I thought, you know, people wouldn't be going after as much, like the black ones or the white ones, you know. And I did, you know, I did build my stash of hooks pretty good. And I feel happy about it. But I've already lost a couple, like I said, which to me is like, I just want to scream, because there's no way I only have 2 J hooks in this house. There is no way. They're my most used hooks. You know, that's my most commonly used size. So where the heck did they go? that many projects going. That's crazy. All right, my friends, guess what? Row 4 is the ridge row. So here we go. We're changing to color B. Does anyone remember what my color B was? It's the cranberry. Okay, so they're calling this color cranberry, but I strongly disagree. I do not think it's cranberry. I think it's coral. Look at that. That is not cranberry. Does anybody think that's cranberry? Come on, Lion Brand. What are you doing? Okay, so this is how I join white cranberry. Oh, white cran. Wait a minute. Andy says, I know what cranberry looks like, and that ain't it. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's I think it's coral. Okay, so this is how I look. A lot of you have heard me just like harp on this whole thing about tying knots. I do not tie knots in my work unless it's an emergency, okay? So this is how I change colors. This is the last stitch of the previous row, which was set up row 3, okay? And so I'm going to pull my new color through the last 2 loops of the last stitch of the row, okay? And now I have these 2 tails. Here's the old tail from the blue and the new tail from the cranberry, not cranberry. And I'm going to flip it up and over my working yarn and hold it to the back, okay? And I'm holding it with a little bit of tension, but I'm not holding it very tightly. I'm just holding it to the back, okay? And now I'm going to chain 1, which is how I set up row 4, and I'm going to turn, and those tails they're just tucked in there. They're not going to come out. They don't need a knot. They're not coming out. I'm just going to leave them there until I finish this entire thing. And then when I work an edge around this blanket, I will work over this one 1 or 2 stitches this way, and I'll send this one and I'll work it 1 or 2 stitches that way. And then I'll leave it until I complete my edge. And then once the entire edge and border is done, then I will weave this in to here where it matches, and I'll weave this one in up here where it matches here, okay? That's how I deal with ends. I do not tie knots in my work, and I don't agree with knots. I would only do it in an emergency, okay? So set up row 4, single crochet, 2 front post single crochet, 1, whoops, wow, that is splitting as heck, 2. So front post, you work around this post of the stitch, 3 front post half double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Front post, you work around the post of the stitch from the front of the work as it faces you. Well, if I were going to be picking this color up again, I see what you're saying, but this is going to, you carry them up the side, but this is going to be carried really far. So I'm just not going to bother carrying it because I'm doing 6 colors. But yeah, if I were only doing maybe 3 colors or 4, I would just go ahead and carry it up. but that's a good technique. Okay, 2 front post double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the chain 2 space, 2 front post double crochet, 3 front post half double crochet, front post single crochet, skip 1, so you're skipping that slip stitch, front post single crochet, repeat from star, so it's 3 half double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the chain 3 space, front post 2 front post double crochet, 3 front post half double crochet, front post single crochet, skip 1, front post single crochet, and repeat. Okay, so front post, you work around the post of the stitch from the front. If it were back post, I would work it from the back. I would go like that. Okay, but this is front post. Double crochet, whoops, chain 1, double crochet, two front post double crochet, three front post half double crochet, For this being a recycled yarn, you would think it would feel like plastic, but it really doesn't. Front post single crochet, skip 1, front post single crochet, ooh, I'm really getting tired. This yarn is a tiny bit splitty, okay? I really want to like it because it's recycled. I think I got a boo-boo here. Yep, something's off. Yeah, go ahead. Something's wonky right here, but I'm just fixing it. I'm fudging. Yeah, go ahead, ask your question about the supernova. I know those repeats are really confusing. But if you follow the checklist on the side, that should help. Do exactly what it says on the side. But the 6-day, all 6-day patterns repeat rows 2 to 7. So I'm not sure exactly where you are on it, because I know at a certain point it goes, you repeat, and then you start doing 2A, and then it's like 2B, 3A, 4A. And I don't have that part of it memorized, so I would go down the checklist on the side. There's more than one repeat there in that pattern. But you'll need to go 2 to 7. It's always 2 to 7. 2 something to 7 something, Does that help? The 7 is the single crochet round. So it always ends with that. Try not to overthink it. Okay. I just made that one from start to finish, the Supernova Ridgy Didge. I made a quite large one, and I even confused myself. I was confused. I lost track of where I was a couple of times. That was a tough one. That is one that you print out and you mark it off. And I think I was going to write that in the pattern when I updated it, to say you should really have a way to mark up this pattern, whether it's printing it out or doing some kind of digital markup. You've been writing what row you're on as you go. Yeah. That was I lost track of which repeat of the row, you know, because you get so far and then you repeat it, you know, like 4 times, right? Or 3 times. I think I don't even remember. But you get so far and then you repeat it. And I was like, I wanted to say for the video, like, I'm on the 3rd repeat of da da da. And I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. This is going to be my last row because I'm super tired. And I'm really starting to like struggle. It's because I'm tired, and it's also because I didn't eat very much today. You're welcome. Make sure you tag me and show me how it turns out. Reach out if you need any more help. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I want to do I think I want to do the single crochet row and then stop tonight. If I make it, we'll see how I do. I'm only about halfway across this row. But it would be nice to just finish the setup, you know, be able to say, I did all the setup rows. Of course, I'm also at the mercy of my camera battery. Shh. I don't want it to hear me. I have a battery pack for it, but it makes the camera really heavy. And I don't know if it will, I just feel like it's too heavy. I think I've tried it with that mount and it's too big and it's too heavy for that mount. Maybe I can mount it a different way. I use that camera for other things too. I use it in my other business. Thank you, Andrew. I'll take a look at it. It's Betty McKnit at Gmail. Hi, I'm working on a blanket. Yep, it's a large blanket. I should be saying the stitches out loud, but I'm too tired. Well, I've got a 15 repeat. I did 15 points on this blanket, so it's pretty decent size. And I'm supposed to be doing, I said I was going to do this entire project on live video. I don't know what I was thinking. I was having a crazy moment. Nah, I'll just say people seem to like it. What did I do? Yep, I missed a stitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I missed one. Is it a gift? I don't really crochet gifts. This is a sample. This is a pattern sample. So I'm going to photograph it to go into the pattern. It's a very time-consuming part of my business, actually, is working up samples. But I enjoy it. It's a part that I enjoy doing. Sometimes I just wish I could do it a little faster. It's the 6-day blanket, and not every blanket is just a stitch. Some patterns are more than just a stitch. By the way, there's a poll on this video with a lot of the details, answers to frequently asked questions. Okay, the end of the row, what do I do here? I go until 3 stitches remain, 2 front post single crochet, 1, 2, and then single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, and I am going to do one more row because I believe I can do it pretty quickly. It's just the single crochet row. And this should not have a skip one in it. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. All right, let's do this. Chain 1, single crochet, skip 1, 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 single crochet in the chain space. 1, 2, 3. 14 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now think, McFly, think. 7 to go down and 7 to come up. 14, 14, half and half. Okay, so just check that you're at the bottom and that skipped stitch is in the middle. Okay, 7, there's my skip down there, and then another 7 makes 14. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is what I'm saying, why it is sometimes not useful to know. So I have no idea how many single crochet are at the end of this row. Probably, 198, which is 191 less than what I started, my starting chain. But how does that help me? How does that help me if I have extras here and not enough over here? You know what I'm saying? So, learn to read your work. 1, 2, 3 in the space, and then 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm halfway. I'm at the skip. 1, 2, which is also where my marker is, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 14, 7 down and 7 up. 1, 2, 3 in the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm at the skip. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And then what people do when they count the whole row and they're one off, then they just add one. Well, adding one over here, if the mistake is here, is going to throw the next row off as well. And then they're like, what's my stitch count? What's my stitch count? Well, it's irrelevant. Count from peak to peak. Okay, check. Use your brain. Check. I'm halfway. I'm at the skip. Use your brain. That doesn't really sound like a nice thing to say. I'm going to stick with think, McFly, think. Of course, people probably don't know what that movie is. So you should have 3 in the peak, 3 in the chain 3 space, 14 in between. And then on the ends, you have 7 and a skip 1, Back to the Future. Yes. My daughter and I went to Universal Studios. It's probably been 10 or more years since we did that. She and I went for Thanksgiving one year, and she was upset because they had changed the Back to the Future ride to the Simpsons, and she was talking about it, in the taxi on the way home, saying that she really missed the Back to the Future ride, but it was just like essentially the same ride. It had just been like updated with a new movie that was involved the Simpsons and not like Marty McFly, not the old, one that they had done for Back to the Future. And she was saying like, yeah, none of her friends knew what that movie was. It was just because we had watched it so much when she was growing up. We would we would watch it on Christmas. We'd play it on Christmas. We'd play all three of the Back to the Future movies. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Whoops. Oh, I have two Debbies. I've got Debbie Quilts and I have Debbie Shoemaker. You've been at a soccer tournament relaxing and eating ice cream. Nice. We never did get any ice cream when you were here. My nephew had one of those little cars, the DeLorean, the little battery operated car. We'll get ice cream next time. The only time I ever get ice cream is when people visit. You know that? I hardly ever get it on my own. Every once in a while, I'm at the grocery store and I'm like, oh, yeah, ice cream exists. And I buy some and bring it home and eat it. But not that much. One more game tomorrow, and then she's done till next spring. Oh, that's nice. How's the weather? Is it cold sitting out? It has been really warm here. Um, it was just a little foggy and rainy today, but the temperatures were in the 60s. And yesterday, I don't know if you saw the video that I posted in the McKnitiverse. I was strangely up at like 6:37 or something, like earlier than usual for me, and I went down to the beach with my coffee and shot that little video just sitting there on my neighbor's steps. I mean, what a perfect morning. It was so nice yesterday. Such a beautiful day. And I was um, in a little bit of disbelief over the temperature because I have the little Echo, the Alexa little view um, in my bathroom there, and it had been saying 32. It was stuck on 32, and here I thought it was freezing outside. And then I asked it, I said, the name, and then what's the temperature outside? And then it changed. It gave me the temperature, and it was not 32. And I'm like, why am I running my water, so the pipes won't burst when it's not 32, out there. Stupid. So I stopped doing that, and then it was like 40 something. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and it said 60. And I was like, all right, now you're going too far the other way. The heck. But it was true. It was actually true. Hey, Jojo. Thank you. So I'm actually going to take these stitch markers out because they've served their purpose. So I'm not going to leave them here to get in the way or fall out and get lost anymore. And then, so I call everything the 6-day blanket, the 6-day whatever, when it uses the chevroning 6 rows of single crochet, 2 double crochet, another single crochet, and 2 rows of grannies and a single crochet. We call that the 6-day blanket, the 6-day stitches, right? So not all of these blankets only take 6 days because I've upsized it to 60 by 70. The original took 6 days because it was chunky weight yarn and it only had 6 points. Okay, it was small. And I wasn't thinking I was going to have a whole 6-day crochet empire later in life. So I called it the 6-day whatever. And now anytime I use those stitches, I call it the 6-day da-da-da. Most of them can be made in 6 days. This one, no way, because it's way too big. It's going to be way too big. So I am marking, regardless, people seem to like to see what was done on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day whatever. And now apparently the trend is to hold it up like this and then drop it down. Day 1. And then the next day, hold it up, drop it down. Day 2. So we're going to be doing that. We'll see how many days. This one is probably going to be, well, this was my day 1. This is a very fiddly part, but I'm going to say I'm going to probably be working on this until the end of January. That's what I'm going to say. So we'll see, but I'm going to try and remember to do the day 1, day 2 thing where you drop it down. I don't want to see myself in a video doing that. That is not something I want to do. Okay, I'm done. I'm cooked. Congratulations to Hannah, I believe her name was, who won this mug on a giveaway at the beginning of this call on TikTok. You like my colors? Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I am excited about them. I'm excited. That's why I'm using the cheer on this blanket, because I'm excited. All right, my friends. I think I'm gonna take off and go to bed. Thank you for hanging out with me here tonight. And I don't know when I'll be back. I'll come back here as often as I can and work on this. Check your video title when you're done. Okay, I thought I changed it at the beginning of the call, though. I thought it said Ridgy Didge, but all right, will do. All right, thank you. Have a, let me switch this and say goodbye. Bye.